Hey there, nerds. Jimmy Palmquist here, and I want to do a little review of a Netflix series called The Ranch. Now, this isn't one of those ones, at least to my knowledge, that was just blatantly put in front of my face on Netflix, and you have to watch this. Marco Polo was the prime example, where it's like, where the hell did that come from? I don't care about that. But this was there, and I'm like, okay, Ashton Kutcher, let's see what's going on. And I didn't put two and two together when I saw that it's a reunion of sorts between Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson from that 70s show. So that was really cool. And a caveat here is that I'm a big fan of Ashton Kutcher. I'm not a huge fan necessarily of just his acting. I didn't necessarily watch that 70s show. I really didn't ever watch 2.5 Men. I enjoyed his portrayal of Steve Jobs. I thought that was highly underrated. Josh Gad, a shout out to him in that. So when this came up, I'm like, okay, let's check it out. And I think Ashton does an amazing job of tracking technology, trying to keep up with technology. And I felt like this was an attempt to get in with the Netflix series where they're really taking over this next wave of technology. And that, broadcast TV is not doing what it needs to do, in my opinion. So you have the Hulus, the Amazons, and to me, doing it best is Netflix. So, The Ranch, starring Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson as brothers. Danny Masterson is an older brother. Ashton is sort of the prodigal son who had amazing talent as a football player, renowned, and this is set in the Midwest, renowned as a quarterback, going to go on to big things, obviously play in the pros, that's what everything was going towards. Unfortunately, his ego gets in the way, so he won state at the high school level, gets to college, he wins the national championship with Florida State, but he was on the bench because he didn't get along with the coach, attitude problems, tries out for the pros, and just a series of tryouts. He comes back home after all this and failure, and it's basically one last tryout with a local semi-pro team. He'll get paid peanuts, but he can play. And he decides, maybe now's the time to change his life. Now, that doesn't mean he flips a switch and everything changes like that. No. He has to go through, obviously, a series of being himself and the changes. And I felt like the first episode was a lot more serious than that with comedy moments, but I think as the series went on, it was a lot more comedic moments. Now, take all that I said and set it in the Midwest on a farm. So their dad, perfectly portrayed by Sam Elliott, the epitome of a cowboy. He's a rancher, cattle farm, and times are tough. It's not easy being a farmer. And Ashton's coming back from living sort of this high life but failed life. I kind of pictured Johnny Manziel in that, being from Cleveland. It's easy to picture that. Except instead of Johnny, whose parents are rich anyway from oil, Ash has to come back to a very tough life, not a lot of money, and sort of live through the harsh times of dad telling you what to do, you don't want to do what he has to do, and the ego getting in the way, even though the dad, was in charge. And it's an interesting dynamic. And then the mom, the Sam Elliott's character and the mom are separated, but they're still married, is played by Deborah Winger. I haven't seen her in a very long time. She does a fantastic job in this role. She did not enjoy living with Sam Elliott's character because he was just a hard-nosed rancher, doesn't like to basically up with the modern times, and is stuck in his old ways. But she still loves him, so what she did was she moved out, lives in a trailer, and owns a bar. And it's cool because then the boys, all of them, go to the bar to drink and all that, and a lot of comedic moments. I really enjoyed this series. I thought there were a lot of heartfelt moments, a lot of funny moments. Yes, there were a lot of cheesy, fake moments. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed it. I thought it was worth a watch. I don't think it's the best thing Netflix has done. I definitely don't think it's the worst thing Netflix has done. I thought it was middle of the road and worth a watch. What I really enjoy about Netflix is it's on my schedule. I don't have to wait for the broadcast system to tell me when I can watch it, which is one of the reasons why I still haven't seen Supergirl. I think CBS is an awful online presence, and the fact that they want me to pay a membership, suck it. I already paid for cable. So that's disappointing, but that's a different story. That's why I thoroughly enjoyed Netflix. I would check it out. I think The Ranch is very entertaining, worth a watch. Let me know what you guys think. The Netflix series, The Ranch.